It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 11 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some interesting news when it comes to a character returning in the final episode of Season 11, which is the final episode of the series, Season 11, Episode 24. That character being Lucille herself, Negan's ex-wife. So we're going to take a look at that and kind of make some predictions about what this could indicate for Negan himself and whether Lucille appearing in the final episode is bad news for Negan. Now, I'm not necessarily saying Negan is going to die, because obviously he won't die because he's going to be in the spin-off with Maggie. But what I am saying is that it may smell trouble for Negan's new family. Either Negan, Annie, his new wife, or their unborn child. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break it all down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. So, it has been confirmed that Lucille, Negan's first wife, his now ex-wife, will appear in the series finale, Season 11, Episode 24, which is a very interesting appearance. I wasn't expecting that whatsoever. I mean, the only reason for Lucille to appear in this episode and for it to make sense is for a story revolving around Negan. The only reason why Lucille would return is if Negan is going through something or if he's in the middle of a pretty big storyline. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. And obviously, since Lucille did die, Lucille will return in a flashback or a hallucination, but most likely a flashback. Now, this is actually very interesting. I mean, what could they possibly do with Negan that would justify Lucille's return? In my opinion, what they could potentially do with Negan is something to do with his new wife. The only thing that would link Lucille to the current storyline that we're going through is something related to Negan's new family, Negan, and none other than his new wife, Annie. Now, this goes back to a previous prediction I made. I am starting to think more and more that they're doing something along the lines of having Negan experience the same thing that he made Maggie go through. Now, how could that possibly go? Well, since we know that the Commonwealth and the survivors are going to be in battle in the last 8 episodes, we might see a scenario where it's going to be a remixed version of the comic story where they actually had Judith and Lori die during the battle with the governor. They could do something very similar where Annie and either her unborn child, or maybe even after a few months time jump, a very young child of Negan's being shot to death by the Commonwealth militia, possibly even by someone higher up like Pamela, Lance, Sebastian, someone like that. But obviously it'll be more of an accident. Otherwise it would be too dark, obviously. But I think that might be where they're gonna go with things. They might have a scenario where during that battle, Annie and her unborn child, or Annie and a young child of Negan and Annie's, or possibly just Annie herself, are going to be shot to death. And they might do something where the story is going to go full circle. Negan is going to experience the same thing that he made Glenn, Maggie, and Herschel Jr. go through as a family. I think that might be potentially where they're going with it, but I could obviously be wrong. But I'm definitely interested to know your thoughts and opinions about this. Do you think that Lucille's return confirms that Negan is going to go through something traumatic, like possibly losing his wife and unborn child, or do you think that they're going to go a slightly different route and they're going to have something else with Negan and Lucille? And what do you think that's going to be? I mean, in my opinion, they can't really do much to justify Lucille's return unless it has something to do with Negan seeing her in a flashback or hallucinating seeing her after going through something as traumatic as losing his wife and child. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.